children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So in today's class we'll be continuing multiple choice questions from the chapter Factors and Multiples. Yes, coming to the first question for today, study the following. The number is a multiple of 4 between 6 and 12. It is also a factor of 16. Identify the number described in the box. What are they saying? We have a number which is a multiple of 4. If you look at the multiples of 4, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay. And then what are they saying? That number is between 6 and 15. So this will between 6 and 15, right? Sorry. 12 should be there. 8 should also be there. So between 6 and 15 means we have only two multiples, 8 and 12. Now what are they saying? That number is also a factor of 16. Now coming to the first one, is 8 a factor of 16? Yes, we have 8 twos are 16. Now is 12 a factor of 16? No. So what is the number, children? 8. The number 8, that is option C, 8 becomes our correct answer. It is a multiple of 4. It lies between 6 and 15 and is also a factor of 16. Next question. Identify from the following the number which is divisible by 2 but not by 4. Now for a number to be divisible by 2, what is the rule that we learned, children? It should have 2, 6, 4, 8 or 0 in the ones place. So all the numbers here have the required criteria. So all the numbers are divisible by 2. But which is not divisible by 4? If we take the 4 table, we have 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12, 4 fours are 16, 4 fives are 20, 4 six are 24, 4 sevens are 28, 4 eights are 32, 4 nines are 36 and 4 tens are 40. Now all these numbers are divisible by 4, right? Yes. If you look at the options, we have 16, we have 24 and we have 32 in the fourth table. Now what number do we not have? We don't have 26. So that means 26 is not divisible by 4, children. Okay, when we divide 26 by 4, the remainder will not be 0. So 26 is the number that is divisible by 2 but not by 4. Okay. Next question. Which of the following numbers have a common factor 8? Now what should we do? From the following numbers, we should find out the number which has the common factor 8. If you look at 32, we have 8 fours are 32. So 8 is a factor of 32, and if you look at 56, we have 8 sevens are 56. So 8 is a common factor for both 32 and 56. Yes. Now coming, so option A is the correct answer. If you come to option B, 4 and 8, now 4 is lesser than 8. Yes. So 8 cannot be a factor of 4. Yes, children, 4 is lesser than 8. 8 cannot be a factor of 4, but 8 is a factor of 8. Now 27, again option C and option D also do not have 8 as their common factor. Option A is the correct one. Now if you want, the other way to find out is, you can divide 32 by 8. 8 fours are 32. When we subtract 0 is our remainder. Again divide 56 by 8. We have 8 sevens are 56, and when we subtract, 0 is our remainder. Yes, in both the cases 0 is our remainder. So 8 is a common factor of both 32 and 56. Next question. By which number should the sum of the digits of a given number be divisible for it to be divisible by 3? Now what was the divisibility rule for 3, children? Yes, for a number to be divisible by 3, the sum of its digits should be divisible by 3. Yes, by which number should the sum of digits be divisible? It should be divisible by 3. then only the number is divisible by 3. So option D, 3 is the correct answer. Next question. What type of numbers are 21 and 31? If you look at 21, the factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7 and 21. So 21 is not a prime number. So option A is wrong. And then if you look at the factors of 31, it has only two factors, 1 and 31. So again, these both are not composite. This is 21 is composite and 31 is prime. So we cannot say that both are prime or both are composite. Now coming to co-primes. See, I have listed down the factors here, right? The factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7 and 21. The factors of 31 are 1 and 31. They both share only 1 as their common factor. Now what will these be called as, children? Will these be co-primes or twin primes? They will be called as our co-primes. Yes, when any two numbers have only 1 as their common factor, they are called as our co-prime numbers. Next question. Which number fills the blank? 11 and dash are co-prime numbers. Okay, so from the given options, see, we cannot say 11 and 11 are co-prime numbers, right? So option A will be the wrong answer. Next, coming to 88, it has 4 factors, namely 1, 8, 11 and 88. The factors of 11 are 1 and 11. Again, they both 11 and 88 are sharing two common factors, that is 1 and 11. So 88 cannot be the answer. Now coming to 143, the factors are 1, 11, 13 and 143. Again, 11 and 143 share two common factors, that are 1 and 11. Now coming to the last, so 11 and 143 cannot be our co-prime numbers. Coming to the last one, 13, it has only two factors, that is 1 and 13. It has only two factors, 1 and 13. Now if you look at 11 and 13, they have only one common factor, that is our 1. So 11 and 13 are our co-prime numbers. And if you observe, children, 11 and 13 both are prime numbers and the difference is 2. So they are also our twin primes. Yes, they are both twin primes and also co-prime numbers. Understood? 13 is the correct answer. Next question. What is the sum of prime numbers between 20 and 30? Children, between 20 and 30, we have only two prime numbers. They are 23 and 29. Okay. Now what are prime numbers again? Prime numbers are those numbers which have only two factors, 1 and itself. So between 20 and 30, we have only two such numbers, 23 and 29. We should find out the sum. So let us add 3 plus 9, 12, 1 carried, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5. So 52 is the sum of prime numbers between 20 and 30. Option C is our correct answer. Next question. Find the missing number. Every number except dash is odd. Every prime number except dash is odd. Now if you observe at all the prime numbers, children, if you observe all the prime numbers, all the given prime numbers are odd numbers. Okay, all the numbers are odd numbers. So what are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Yes, and so on. If you observe, all these are prime numbers except for, all these are our odd numbers except for 2. 2 is the only even number that is prime. Okay, 2 is the only even number that is prime. So in the question, if you have certain options and you have to pick which is a prime number, you can use this trick here. If it is a even number, then it will definitely not be a prime number, children. Okay. Now from this, which is the correct answer? Option C. Every prime number except 2 is odd. Only 2 is the even prime number. Next question. Find the even number immediately after 17,599. How to find the number immediately after 17,599? We need to add 1. Yes, when we add 1, what do we get, children? 17,600. Is it prime? Sorry, is it even? Yes, because it is having 0 in the ones place, it is even. So 17,600 is the even number immediately after 17,599. Understood, children? Next question. Which among the following is a composite number? Okay. Options are 17, 19, 21 and 23. The number that we are familiar here with is 21. We have 3 sevens are 21. Yes, and also 1 21s are 21. What is a composite number? A composite number has more than 2 factors. Here 21 has 4 factors. So 21 is our composite number. Understood, children? Even though it is an odd number, it is not necessary that it should be a prime number. Okay? Even though it is an odd number, it can be composite as well. So 21 has 4 factors and it is our composite number. Next question. What is the sum of the least prime number and then the least composite number? If we write the numbers here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the least number is 1. It is neither prime nor composite. So it goes out of the window for now. It's not needed here. Now next 2. 2 is a prime number. So 2 is our first prime number. So 2 becomes our least prime number. Now coming to 3, it is also a prime number. Now coming to 4, it is a composite number. 4 is the first composite number, that is nothing but our least composite number. Yes, 2 is the least prime number, 4 is the least composite number. Now what should we do, children? Find out the sum. 2 plus 4 is equal to how much? 6. Yes. So 6 is the sum of the least prime number and the least composite number. Next question. Which of the following is the greatest prime number less than 100? So we should get a prime number that is less than 100. Yes, if you look at the options 97, 99, 93 and 100, this is equal to 100. The remaining are less than 100. So option D is wrong answer. Now next, it should be a prime number. Okay, from these 99 is not a prime number. Why? Because it is divisible by 9 and 11 as well. We have 9 11s are 99. So 99 is not a prime number. Now coming to option A and C, 97 and 93. Both are our prime numbers, children. What? Both are our prime numbers. But what do we want? Greatest one. Yes, it should be less than 100. Yes, they both are less than 100. But it should be the greatest prime number. What is the greatest one? These two. 97 is the greatest number. So, 97 is the greatest prime number that is less than 100. Understood, children? Next question. The given incomplete table shows the number of pencils sold in two shops A and B in a week. Now we are having two shops A and B, and what are these numbers? It is the number of pencils that were sold on each day in the shops. Okay, it is incomplete. But if you observe the table carefully, the table is following a certain pattern, children. See, we have 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. If we mark the what if we mark the days by numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, 3 sevens are 21. Yes, all the given numbers of shop A are multiples of 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 fours are 12 and 3 sevens are 21. In the same way, all the numbers for all the numbers for the shop B are multiples of 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 fives are 20. Understood, children? The day represented in number multiplied by the number here. A means 3, 4, B means 4. So 3 threes are 9 should be here for Tuesday, and for Tuesday shop B it should be 4 threes are 12. Now what should we find out here? How many pencils were sold by shop B on Saturday? Shop B on Saturday. The multiples of 4. 4 into Saturday here is number 7. So 4 sevens are 28. Yes, 4 sevens are 28 is our correct answer. How many pencils were sold on Saturday, children? 28 pencils were sold by shop B. Understood? All the given numbers are multiples. Yes, how did they multiply? Each date is given a number. Yes, we are multiplying the required number with the number of the date. Number of the day, say 3 ones are, 3 twos are, 3 threes are, 3 fours are, 3 fives are, and so on. So on Saturday, shop B sold 28 pencils. Understood, children? Option B, 28 is the correct answer. Moving on to next question. Again the same box is given, but the question is different. On which 2 days respectively did A and B sell the same number of pencils? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So this was multiples of 3 and multiples of 4. What will be here? 3 threes are 9, 3 fives are 15. Yes, 3 6 are 18. Now coming to number of pencils sold on shop B, we have 4 threes are 12, 4 fours are 16, 4 6 are 24 and 4 sevens are 28. Now what should we find out? On which 2 days respectively did the shops A and B sell the same number of pencils? If we observe, shop A sold 12 pencils on Wednesday and shop B sold 12 pencils on Tuesday. Yes, they sold the same number of pencils. They sold 12 pencils. A sold 12 on Wednesday and B sold 12 on Tuesday. So what should be the correct answer? Wednesday and Tuesday. Understood? A and B. A sold on Wednesday, B sold on Tuesday. So option D, Wednesday and Tuesday becomes our correct answer, children. Next question. Ravi wrote two digits of a 3-digit number on the blackboard as shown in the grid. Find the missing digit if it has 11 and 13 as our factors. Okay, children, what are they saying? Ravi, what did he do? Ravi wrote only 2 digits of a 3-digit number. We have to find out the missing digit if the final number has 11 and 13 as factors. If you look at the 11 table, 3-digit numbers start from 11 tens are 110. Then we have 11 11s are 121. 11 12s are 132, and then we have 11 13s are 143. Now if we compare both the numbers, yes, the given number has 1 in the hundreds place and 3 in the units place, and also the number here has 1 in the units 1 in the hundreds place and 3 in the units place. And if you see, how did we get it? 11 into 13 is equal to 143. Yes children, what does this mean? That 11 and 13 both are the factors of 143. Yes, even in the question it is said that it has 11 and 13 as its factors. So 143 is the required number. In the place of question mark, what should we get? We should write 4. Yes, the number that is divisible by both 11 and 13 is 143 and 4 is the missing digit. I hope you have understood children. Next question. What is the prime factorization of 24? How will we do that? With the help of a factor tree. Yes, we have 2 12s are 24. 2 is a prime number, so let us leave it there. And then 12 can be written as 3 4s are 12. 12 can be written as what children? 3 4s are 12. So 3 is a prime number but 4 is a composite number. So again splitting 4 as 2 into 2. Now we are left with all prime numbers. What should we write? 2 into 3 into 2 into 2. What is the prime factorization? 2 into 3 into 2 into 2. 2, 3, 2, 2. Only pick up the prime numbers from the given factor tree. Now which of the options is matching this? Option B. We are having 3 2's and 1 3. That will be our prime factorization of 24. Yes, it is clearly mentioned prime factorization. We need to write only the prime factors. We cannot write any composite factors such as 4 or 6 or 8 children. Next question. The table lists the number of factors for some number. Yes, for some numbers. See here we are having a list of numbers and then we have the number of factors. Number of factors of those numbers. Yeah. How many prime numbers are there between 20 and 30? Now all these numbers are between 20 and 30. And what about prime numbers? How many factors should they have? They should have only 2 factors, one in the number itself. So from the given numbers only 2 numbers 23 and 29 are having 2 factors. So what does that mean? 23 and 29 are the prime numbers between 20 and 30. We are having 2 prime numbers. Option B, 2 is the correct answer. Even in the just I think 4 or 5 questions below, it was question number 30 something. Yes, even in that we have discussed that between 20 and 30 we have only 2 prime numbers, that are 23 and 29. Next, question 43. Find a number which is a multiple of all the numbers from 1 to 10. Yes, from these given numbers it should be a multiple of all the numbers from 1 to 10 children. Now we know the divisibility rules for 2, 3, 6, 9 and 10. 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 and 10. Yes. Now first let us apply it to all the numbers. Now for a number to be divisible by 2, it should be an even number. So all are even numbers. Yes. For it to be divisible by 3, the sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. 5 plus 4, 9. 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 0, 9. 7 plus 2 plus 0, 9. 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 0 is also equal to 9. All the sum of the digits are divisible by 3. So all the numbers are divisible by 3 as well. And if you observe, the sum of the digits is also divisible by 9. So the given numbers are divisible by 9. And as the numbers are divisible by both 2 and 3, the numbers are divisible by 6 as well. Yes or no children? Yes. Now coming lastly to 5 and 10, the number should have 5 or 0 in the ones place. Yes, they are all having 0 in the ones place. So it is divisible by 5. And also as all the numbers have 0 in the ones place, they are also divisible by our number 10. Yes children? Yes. So the given numbers are divisible by 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 and 10. Now what are missing here? 4, 7 and 8. Sorry, 8 should be here, right? 4, 7 and 8. Let me write the numbers here. We should check which of the number is divisible by all these 3. Now let us start with 8. Okay, let us start with the bigger number, or let us start with 7, because I feel that not many numbers are divisible by 7, children. If we take 5040 for example, when we divide 5040 by 7, we have, let me divide it quickly. Yes. So here the remainder is 0. That means the given number is divisible by 7. Okay. Now coming to 1260. Again it is divisible by, is it divisible by 7? Let us check. Yes, again the remainder is 0. So option B is also divisible by 7. Now coming to option C, 720. Now here we cannot divide 2 by 7. So I am writing 1 0 and bringing the other one down as well. 7 to the 14 and the remainder is 6, children. Yes. So this is not, 720 is not divisible by 7. So we can cross out 720, right, from the given answers. Yes. So 720 cannot be our answer. Coming to 1440. We have 7 to the 14. When we subtract 4 brought down, again I am writing 1 0 and brought the other digit down as well. We have 7 5 are 35 and the remainder is 0. So again 1440 is not divisible by 7, children. So from the given list of numbers A, B, C and D, we can cross out C and D as they are not divisible by 7. Now what are the numbers left? We have to check whether they are divisible by 4 and 8. Let us go with 8. 5040 divided by 8. We have yes, the remainder is 0 here, children. So that means 5040 is divisible by 8. Now coming to option B, 1260. Is it divisible by 8? No, it is not divisible by 8 as the remainder is not equal to 0. So even option B is crossed out. So what is the only number that is divisible, or that is a multiple of all the numbers from 1 to 10 here? 5040 is the number that is a multiple of all the numbers from 1 to 10. Understood, children? Yes. Observe the following sum. Find the sum 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 till 19. If we observe here, all the numbers are odd numbers. What are they? All the numbers are odd numbers. Here we are having only one odd number. So we have taken 1 into 1 is equal to 1. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Yes. Here we are having two odd numbers. So we have taken 2 into 2, which is also equal to 4. Next, 1 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 9. Again here we are having 3 odd numbers. So into 3. So 3 into 3 also becomes 9. Now what are we observing? Now the sum of given odd numbers. Okay, and the odd number should be in increasing value starting from 1. Yes. Now next. Now sum of the given numbers from 1. Sum of the given odd numbers from 1 is equal to the number of numbers that we have here. We are having 4 odd numbers. So 4 into 4. We are having 5 odd numbers. So the sum would be 5 into 5. That is nothing but 25. In the same way, in the given question, we have 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. Till what, children? We have to write till 19. So till 19, how many odd numbers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We having 10 odd numbers. So what will be the sum? 10 into 10. That is nothing but our option C, 100. Yes, it's a very easy trick, right? Observe the pattern and then answer the given question. Next question. How many factors does 48 have? See, 48 can be written as 148s are 48, and then it goes in 2 table as 224s are, and then in 3 table we have 316s are, in 4 table we have 412s are 48. It does not go in 5 table, then we have 6 7s are 48. Yes, children. Then we have, that's it, this is the last one. So how many factors does 48 have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 48 has 10 factors. It's a pretty easy, simple and straightforward question. We just had to list down the factors and then count them. Yes. Next question, 46. Identify a suitable statement for the given blank. A prime number has dash. What does a prime number has, children? A prime number has only 2 factors. So option C, only 2 factors, becomes our correct answer. It can have any number of multiples, and as we have discussed, all the prime numbers are not odd. We are having 2 also as a prime number, which is even. So not all the prime numbers are odd, or not all the prime numbers are even. The only thing we can say is that a prime number has only 2 factors. Next question. Which of the following is the least 2-digit number that has 2, 5 and 8 as the factors? Now if we look at the given numbers, children, for a number to be divisible by 5, it should have 5 or 0 in the ones place. 16 is not having that, so 16 cannot be our answer. Now if you look at 10, 10 is not divisible by 8. Yes, we have 8 ones are 8 and then 8 twos are 16. So again 10 is not our correct answer. Why am I going with the smallest number first? Because we want to find out the least 2-digit number. Now coming to the next one, 40. Is 40 divisible by 2? Yes, we have 2 20s are 40. So 2 is a factor of 40. Next is 5 a factor of 40. Yes, we have 5 8s are 40. Not only 5 but 8 is also a factor of 40. So 40 is the least 2-digit number which has 2, 5 and 8 as the factors. Understood, children? Option B, 40 is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following is a multiple of 6 and 9? Okay, the given number should be a multiple of 6. That means it should be divisible by 6 and 9. Now if you look at the numbers, 1 plus 3, for a number to be divisible by 9, the sum of the digits should be divisible by 9. Yes, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 8 is equal to 12, 1 plus 6, 7, 7 plus 8 is equal to 15, 1 plus 0 plus 8, 9, 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. Now tell me, children, from the given sum of the digits, which is divisible by 9? Only option C is divisible by 9. That means it is a multiple of 9. If we check for multiple of 6, it is having 8 in the ones place, so it is divisible by 2, and the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. As it is divisible by both 2 and 3, it is divisible by our 6 as well. So 108 is the answer, which is a multiple of both 6 and 9. Next question. Find a factor of the number shown on the spike abacus. What is the number here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 in the ones place and 3 in the tens place. The number is 36. Now from the given numbers, which is the factor of 36 children? 9. We have 9 fours are 36. Yes, so 9 is the factor of 36 here. And coming to the last question for today, again it is the same question. Yes, we already had this box, but now what is the question here? How many more pencils were sold by shop B than shop A on Friday? If you remember, here Friday is day 6. So the number of pencils sold by A on Friday are 3 6 are 18, and the numbers sold by B are 4 6 are 24. So what should we do? How many more were sold? That means we need to find out the difference. 24 minus 18 is equal to 6. So shop B sold 6 more pencils than shop A on Friday. Understood, children? And with this, we've come